Thanks to the EA Creator Network for providing me codes for these two kits. My opinions are my own. In this post-for-rent era, the game is broken, with many people experiencing corrupt saves and a myriad of bugs. So, of course, now would be the perfect time to put out more cash-grabby kits. Though these two aren't your regular cash-grabby kits, because these were ones that the community voted on last year. Castle Estate and Goth Galore, one build kit and one create a sim kit respectively, and these happen to both be ones that I voted for, so that's nice. I will say though, even though I voted for these themes, they weren't quite what I expected in the end. So let's dive into this, starting with Goth Galore. For Feminine Create a Sim, we have a set of ear jewelry, but it's actually different on both sides, so that's kind of interesting that they did that. And then we also have a choker, though the choker I think looks a little too flat on the front. I think you could have used more dimension. We also have some new makeup that I really like. We have this eye makeup right here. We also have some sort of like, I don't know what you would call it, like crying makeup, I guess, as well as some lipstick. I'm not an expert on goth fashion, but from what I've seen people say, this seems to focus a lot on mall goth rather than the more like romantic goth fashion that maybe more people expected. Though I will say, these items look better in game than what I was led to believe from the promo shots. Usually it's the other way around when it comes to Sims 4's marketing, but yeah, it's especially interesting too that we have different texture changes between swatches with several of these items. Like you have some plain swatches, but then some have more ripped or shredded textures, and then some have fishnet. This hood is strange though, because on the feminine frame version, it makes their eyes bigger. Yeah, look what happens when I put the hood on. Why did her eyes suddenly get so big? It's like as if she got Disney-fied or something. That's so strange. That would be so bizarre if this happened in real life. Just whenever you put your hood up, your eyes get way bigger. Hopefully that'll be fixed soon though, because otherwise this is a really cool top. I love how the zipper has thread hanging from it that normally would look really flat. It would be nice to have a version without the hood attached, and this last top is pretty nice. Yeah, you can really see the texture changes between the swatches on that. Moving on to the bottoms, I think they did a pretty good job overall. I especially love this one with the belt and the buckles. Like, they actually have a decent amount of dimension to these too. And this one with the skull belt, I think that also looks pretty nice. This skirt, I feel like rides a little too high maybe. I don't know, I think it sits a little awkwardly. And then yeah, we have this pair of shorts here, and it's kind of an interesting style. I think I've seen this in Eco Lifestyle before. Or maybe it was a different pack, I don't remember. But yeah, then we have this full body outfit here, which gives me some Addams Family vibes. And this trench coat, this looks way better than I thought, especially with the different materials between the different swatches. For body accessories, we have a spike bracelet and fingerless gloves. Thankfully, the bracelet does not look as flat with the spikes as I thought it did from the preview thumbnail, so that's good. And with the fingerless gloves, I feel the buckles look a little flat here, unlike what they did with the pants. It's especially noticeable up close. But it is nice to officially have fingerless gloves in the game. It would be nice if in a free update we got a more plain version without the buckles and such. And finally, for the shoes, we have two pairs of boots, and I think they both look pretty good, and interesting swatches going on as well. For masculine, we have mostly the same stuff that we already saw, but I do find it very strange that with the makeup, only one of the items are available by default, but then the other two look fine still, so I don't really understand that decision. At least it's easy to take off the masculine tag, but yeah, still a strange decision nonetheless. That jacket looks pretty cool. I didn't get to say that earlier. And I think everything looks okay on the masculine frame. I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Though this top now, yeah, I love that you could actually see like some shredded details around the shoulders. I didn't notice that at first. And yeah, again, you have a lot of the whole like texture changes between plain and shredded and fishnet. So overall, I'll say that my opinion on this kit has gone up from disappointed to pretty decent, I guess I would say. Yeah, they really need to fix that bugged hood though on the feminine frame. I think there is some good custom content though that you could get instead, or even use stuff from other packs we already have like Vampires and Realm of Magic. I know I've said this before, but I think kits would do their themes a lot better if they had at least around 35 items instead of 20-ish. I know I've said this before, but I think kits would be better if they had at least 35 items so they could do their themes more justice. And I think that's even more evident with Castle Estate, because it is almost entirely just build items, barely any furniture. We have a new staircase, friezes, columns, foundation, wallpaper, flooring, fencing, windows in various heights, and doors in various heights too. There are a couple of wall decorations with the llama gargoyle and crest, but otherwise all the new items are under the build portion. Some of these items don't even show up in the preview catalog on the main menu for some reason, so there's a couple more items than what appears, but I still feel like a lot of the item count is unnecessarily taken up by the windows. I mean, it is good that we have them in the various heights, but it's just like what I said with the decor to the max kit. I wish they didn't just like take a budget away from including some more items that would be more unique. There are some nice swatches on these windows though, especially like the last couple where they are more very like medieval stained glass window style. I also like how with the swatches you have variations of cleaner as well as more weathered ones. With the crest, that is cool that there's the more weathered swatches that imply that things like the freezer bunny and grilled cheese sandwiches have been an important part of Sims lore for a very long time, long before the modern day. And here's a better look at the llama gargoyle. This is probably my favorite item in the kits. I think that's a really cute detail, also just tying into the Sims lore. And they have included a styled room with 3 different variations. I would have liked it if they had included a full build with the kit too, especially for non-builders like me, though they did upload a shell to their gallery, and I emphasize on the word shell because it's just the outside. The inside is not decorated at all, so that we can just decorate it to our heart's content, but it would have been nice if there was a fully furnished one. Thankfully, the community has already started uploading their own castles, and I love this particular one by Tomish. It looks just gorgeous on the outside, and it is fully furnished, and it only uses base game plus this new kit. I placed this in Henford-on-Bagley, but I think castles could also fit pretty well into Willow Creek, Windenburg, Tartosa, Forgotten Hollow, and Brightchester. And they don't necessarily have to be residential castles. Like for example, I saw another Plumbob is working on a castle-themed restaurant, which I think is such a cool idea. But again, I think this kit would have benefited more from some more items. I find it especially strange that there's no torches, like one that could be standing and another that could go on the wall, because I feel that torches are a staple of castles. To sum things up, for both of these kits, I'm glad that we have more of both of these themes, but I again feel that they fall short of their potential, and my hopes were a little higher for these kits since they were community voted, and I really like the community voted stuff packs that we received in the past. In my opinion, neither of these are worth the $5 US, but feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!